everybody, welcome to BrickVault. I'm going to be doing a video I haven't done in a certain format, at least in a long time, which is opening, unboxing, and also doing a time-lapse build on top of the normal review. So anyways, this is the Christmas X-Wing sent to us from LEGO as part of the Ambassador Network, so thanks a lot, guys. This one is truly a very interesting and special kind of set to get. It is part of the 20-year anniversary of the X-Wing specifically, and just Star Wars specifically for LEGO at least. So yeah, it's a really fun looking build, done in a similar style, extremely similar style to the most recent version of the T65, and it's built on a canted stand. It's got a 20-year anniversary thing, a couple of really nice minifigures, including the Santa Claus pilot, the Yuletide Squadron pilot, and an updated or a different version of Santa Yoda. So, wow, thanks a lot, guys, for sending this over to us. Really happy with the way this set looks. Just the concept looks awesome, and I think it is now time to open this bad boy up. I've got myself a nice green box opener to contrast well with the bright red design for the box. It's a similar style. In fact, this looks like the same graphic printing that we have for the black boxes, the black Star Wars boxes, but it's done in red. And there we go. Oop, I want that. There we go, the nice bend in there. All right, let's see. Looks like there's gonna be 8 bags total. That's my guess, unless there's a 9. I don't think so. So 8 bags on the inside, and ooh, a nice little thing in here. Looks like there's a code in there to scan, so I'm not gonna show you guys what that looks like on camera in case somebody takes a picture. This is a 16 by 16 plate in white, and a series of multiple different manuals. They're not numbered, they're really simple. I like that. They're very simple. Just the picture of exactly what you're going to be building. That's a sleigh, but it's also done in a similar style to the little things that drive around in Yavin and Hoth and stuff. So that's a really fun idea. I like how they included that. And right, okay, so that's it for the inside and the instructions and everything. And now I'm gonna build this while, I don't know, watching stuff. Ooh, wait, well, that's kind of nice. There's even little bits of graphics and stuff on the inside of the box, or just that one bit on the inside. Okay, now I'm gonna start building. Alright, so before I started building this, I thought this set was special, and then during the process, I mean, they really went above and beyond with the little funny graphics that they included on some of the pages. There's a couple of codes that you can scan to watch little extra videos about the history of LEGO and Star Wars. So, I mean, this is really something that I think LEGO went above and beyond in order to create. The model itself is really nice. It's very similar to the most recent T65 X-Wing set. I will do a little comparison later. But yeah, it's just, it's like overwhelmingly fun, and I feel really lucky and grateful to have gotten this set. This is definitely something that will be out every single Christmas. Well, we'll probably just leave it up forever, I think, here in the studio, but it's a set that is designed to be sort of taken out as like an annual Christmas decoration. I'll get into a little bit more detail as to why that is a little bit later, but first let's check out these minifigs. All right, so this first guy up here is the Yuletide Squadron pilot. He's a really interesting looking fig. I'm kind of turning the light up and down so you can see some of those darker prints with hopefully not overblowing the white here, but basically what we have here is a Santa Claus fighter pilot. I mean, officially, unofficially, that is what this guy basically is. Really interesting here. he's got the red suit, and you can see all the flight printing here for his flight suit. Let me just take off the pieces so you can see that a little better. And all right, now you've got a much better idea of what that printing looks like underneath his white beard. It's golden. You can see, turning it back and forth, there's a little bit of gold reflective printing along the plates that outlines the dark green. So, of course, he's dressed very festive. I don't believe that print for his face is any exclusive type of print. What we have here is an exclusive for both the legs and the torso, front and back. Really nice looking guy. Definitely my favorite one from the set. And next up is the Yoda figure. I was about to call him Santa Yoda, because, you know, he does have that red jacket with the belt buckle, and it could definitely be used for a Santa figure, but he does have the green legs, which leads me to believe that he is a worker elf, you know, a toy maker, and that's kind of how the display beneath, you can actually see it in the background right there. That is his kind of like Yoda's hut has been converted, or is the version of a little toy shop you'll see on the inside. So yeah, he's kind of like a worker elf Yoda, which is kind of interesting. And I did bring out the old advent calendar Santa version of him. There he's got all red, a little different there. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to show those guys off. But yeah, pretty nice. You know, he's obviously got the updated head. Relatively simple all around. And then this guy might be a little bit offset here, but that's fine. This is R2-D2. So he's pretty much the same version of R2 that we've gotten for quite a long time. I don't see them updating R2 or C-3PO anytime soon. They've pretty much got these guys down. Yeah, so R2 comes in here, and obviously he's in this set because, you know, he's got to be able to fit into the X-Wing. Or should I call it the Xmas-wing, which I feel like is a more appropriate name than Christmas X-Wing. It just kind of makes more sense. Looks great. It's almost perfectly even between red and white as the prime colors. You can't really say that it's like a red ship with white. It's more of just, or a white ship with red. It's really just kind of half and half with some nice gold accents. Really, really fun design here. The candy canes, of course, for the blasters is a great touch. And outside of that, there's hardly any major modifications to the ship. There's a handful of little ones that I'll show you. And right, so let's actually just get into the ship itself first. It comes right off of the little stand pretty easily. And here we have it. You can see it's set up really, really similar to the 2018 T65. Oh man, I've got to find the number on it, but it's really, really similar. You can sit it down and it automatically closes in a very similar way to the last one, and you flip this and have the wings open and close with the rubber bands that you can see on either side. There's a little bit of a modification here for adding presents, which is nice. They come on this little transport here. Each one of them is set up on a jumper piece, but you can have them sticking off to the side, which is really, really fun. This is by far the best of the added alternate modifications because, of course, Santa, or the Yuletide pilot, I should say, will be flying this around and dropping present bombs, or dropping presents off as it flies over. So they attach on either side, and they're just by one stud each, so you can knock them off pretty easily. So it's a fun little, I wouldn't say play feature necessarily, kind of nice actually, keeping them on the side. It just beefs up the base of that long nose a little bit, breaks up the color a little bit more, so that's kind of fun. You can actually add presents to your sleigh, so to speak. And yeah, outside of that, we got some really nice golden detailing though. It all just looks pretty fun. I don't believe, no, there's no stickers in this. There's no special prints outside of what we got for the minifigs. And right, so there is the X-Wing. Let me just grab the other one real quick. It was 2018, by the way, when this one came out. And yes, you will see the differences are very slight. And by the way, if you notice anything out of place or slightly different pieces, it's because we've been using this to kind of replace with certain custom builds that we've been working on. So if this isn't like exact from what you see from the set, yeah, that, you know, no single set is generally sacred to us. We always break things apart if we really want a piece for custom building. But anyways, yeah, you can see the differences, similarities. One thing I didn't notice, and then I'm glad that when I picked it up, is yeah, you can see there's stud shooters on either side of the play set for here, and of course each one of these wings has the spring-loaded shooter as well, where this one, because it's more of a display set, and of course it's also just a Christmas set, this is meant for dropping presents and not delivering any type of weaponized payload. Who knows, maybe these shoot candies or magical goodness, who knows, but they didn't add any shooting mechanism to this, which personally I think it looks a little bit better, but also I wouldn't have cared either way, I think, if they had added stud shooters, because, you know, at the end of the day, if you don't like the way these things look, you can take them off like super easily, so it's not really a big deal, but I did think that was kind of interesting. So one or two little, I mean, some of the details in the back here are I would say a bit different compared to the 2018 one. Like the back detailing is definitely a bit different, but yeah, for the most part, the baseline design and definitely a lot of the internal structure is very similar. So anyways, it's just a really fun Christmas-themed Xmas-wing playset. And now let's get into some of the other features of this set, which I definitely think are worth taking a closer look at. Which next up is the stand, slash it's also, I'm going to say officially, unofficially, it's Yoda's hut, but snowed over. So, I mean, obviously you don't take it too literally. This is nowhere near canonized anything. What's interesting here is that he's got a little toy tool maker there. That's like a tool for making toys. I'm gonna say it looks kind of like a drill press, but who knows. So that's Yoda with his drill press in there, and then on the other side you've got a few little nice toys. In fact, let me see if I can give you a nice little zoom in so you can see a little bit better. There's a rubber ducky, a blue little toy car, and then that is this interesting drill press modular bit. But that's about it when it comes to the interior of this. In general, I really like the snowy exterior. It's very smooth and it's rounded over. This really looks like the opening to Yoda's head. It's so short there. And yeah, the whole thing feels pretty darn well rounded off. It's a couple of little open hold gaps, but that's also kind of similar to how he had these small little circular or rounded windows as well. Mistletoe is on the outside, a couple of small trees. I actually even like these little builds for these little torches that he has out here in the front. He used those little candle flames, but really that's a flame set definitely big enough to show just a small torch illumination. This piece you can remove. Actually, I might as well just do it now. I saw it in the instructions. This piece you remove, you can fold it over, and now it fits into the box. So if you wanted to pack this away for seasonal storing and not have the Xmas wing out on display all year round, like with some of your other Christmas decorations, that makes it easier to store in the nice box. So they show that. Let me zoom out a little bit. They show that in the instruction booklet, which is kind of nice. And yeah, it's just well made. I like that the stand is rounded over a little bit. It just makes it look a little nicer, a little smoother. Obviously, it wouldn't have looked quite as good with these harsher squared edges, and they kind of get hidden away with the bigger base of the back here. So just a wonderful composition, and we can move right on over to this little transport. The little Rebel transport that you see in both Yavin and I think Hoth. They might have looked slightly different between the movies, but this is the same basic design. So a guy stands here in the front. See if I can get Yoda to stand. Is he tall enough? Yeah, if I lift both of his arms up, he is tall enough to sit here. And he can operate this little thing and drive it around and transport the presents from the factory, from the workshop, to the sleigh, the Xmas-wing. Great though, the shape is nice. My brother actually just built several of these for Yavin, his own little design. It looks kind of close actually. The proportions are pretty similar. They really did follow pretty closely what I think these transports looked like. So that's kind of fun that they did it like that. These are attached by 2 studs each. Can I get them all to fit back at the same time? Yeah, okay, yeah. So you can fit all 4 of the presents on the back. There's actually stuff inside the presents. Now that I'm hearing them rattle around, I totally forgot about that. Just another little toy car. I think that's it. I think the yellow presents by default have a toy car, or maybe just that one. Maybe it was just one. Yeah, it might just be one with a little toy car, but you could add whatever you want, I suppose, to the insides of these. I just want to say that the build here is pretty darn solid. It's got wheels on the bottom, so the whole thing rolls around. You can see that they're those train wheels. I don't know the exact name of those pieces, but there's more than enough weight for this thing to have friction to roll around on a smooth surface. So even as a little play feature, it definitely works out pretty well. Also, this last bit really hit close to home, and I mean that literally. This particular little video link that they have there goes to a little excerpt from Kjeld Kirk Christensen, the former CEO, and he was the active CEO when they partnered with Lucasfilm, and he tells a story about how he met George Lucas in Lucas Valley. That's where I grew up, right next to Skywalker Ranch. I remember watching the construction from my house. And anyway, so that's just kind of a funny anecdote. It really is quite personal. Anyways, they did such a good job with all the detailing here. This is a little sort of visual instruction manual to show you guys how to break the set down. Let me just show you that very, very quickly. This is actually a pretty major modification, and I totally glossed over that earlier. Let's see if I can balance this properly. Oh, of course, I probably should close the wings first. But yes, you can just take off this modular chunk, and there it is. And this is the little key that makes it so you can fit it all together. See if I can do this without messing it up, getting both of the wings to fit back in and line up. It's easier to do this when it's sitting down, but maybe I can do it while it's balancing. That'll be an interesting task. Let's see. I can't tell if the top one's in. Oh, I think it is. Okay, cool. So that's it. So you can very easily take the wings apart, reattach them, and right. So that, of course, makes it a lot easier for storing away during the off-season. Of course, for us, like I said earlier, this is going to be on display forever and always because it's just such an amazing, awesome set, and we really are grateful for having gotten this. So I know we didn't wait till Christmas to open it up, but we really just couldn't resist. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. This is the 20-year anniversary Star Wars Xmas-wing set, and thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoy our content, you can always like or subscribe, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.